Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Shruti Vashisht and you're watching Living Our Ascension. So in today's video, we're going to be speaking about the creator God potential in ascending humans. What are we serving? What is the creator God actually? Because this term is floated around a lot in the spiritual community, in the manifestation community, and I see it a lot, co-creator with God and all of that. But most people are not really living it and they don't really understand what it means. So today I'm here to bring you insight into that so that you can feel into it yourself what it means for you. So I'm going to be speaking about that, the different levels of creativity as well, the kinds of different creativity that we can have. Soul creativity, it's not just one thing, there's different levels to it, there's different types. So creator God potential is a specific type as well, and all humans have the potential to function at this level, to create at this level. But also we're born as different souls, that have different vibrations, and we might be serving that as well. So I'm going to give you a little bit more insight into that, and perhaps even if there's time we'll get into what's happening now, or maybe I'll make a separate video about that. But yeah, if you'd like to hear about this subject, then please keep watching. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to hear topics like this, because that's how I get to know what kind of subjects you want to listen to on my channel. And then before I begin, please check out links below this video. In the description box there's links to courses that I have put together called Embody the Fifth Dimensional Vibration, Manifest Your Soulmate, and also there's personal services, different personal services that I have that you can use to accelerate your ascension basically, and different also services that relate to soul codes and bringing through soul codes for you to embody. So as you can see, I'm filming indoors today, and that's because the construction has become really quite intense. I'm sure you can hear it in the background as well. So I'm really sorry about that sound. There's nothing I can do. I can either not make any videos or make these ones inside. So hopefully you will appreciate the information that's coming through, because I feel that it's necessary for ascension, to keep doing these updates as well. So our creator God potential, we're going to get to it, and I want to speak to you about the different kinds of creativity that exist. So creativity and service are the same thing, because if you think at a certain level, when let's say God or source is creating, it's creating something from within love, so it's just that act of creation is service. And if you think of the mother, like the divine mother, going through the Holy Spirit, birthing all of life, that is also service. So it's something that is beyond the service to just the self. So that is what service is, but it's also creativity. It's what you're manifesting, it's what you're creating, except that what you are creating serves something beyond just you. And so that is the basic of how service and creativity are the same. It's also this vibration, the true vibration of creativity is related to sensuality as well, because when we feel something within, like we feel love within, we feel passion within, whatever it is that we're feeling, joy, we're putting it out there in the world through a creative means, whether that is, it can be some form of art, but it doesn't need to be. It can be self-expression of different kinds, and more than anything else, it's also just holding the vibration as well, what you're creating through that alchemy that happens in the more subtle realms. So the different types of creativity broadly, if I had to categorize just for our understanding, is the first one I want to speak about is let's say Merlin type of alchemy. So this is related to a lot of what the human souls serve. So a lot of the souls that were incarnated as a human being, in their life, not just this life, but like when they were birthed from source, they were born as a human soul. So no matter, we are all born as one particular type of soul within creation. It's like, what is the purpose? What is that intention that source has? And then something is birthed. So that for human souls was human. Was to go out into these realms that are unexplored and dark and stuff, and create light there, bring the light of source there. and that is why they were born on this earth, and through reincarnation again and again, then they're experiencing that, they're transforming through their own transformations that happen. And the timeline has been slow on earth because it's one of the densest parts of creation basically. So that light alchemy takes more time, or has taken more time. Of course things are changing now, which is why we have channels like this on Ascension where we're speaking about what's important now. But basically that archetype of the human and how humans create, what their superpower is when it comes to service and it comes to creativity, is being the magical one, is working with those dense elements, like by dense I don't mean anything bad, like it can be just the elements of nature itself, or working with like fire and water and all of these things that are available to us, earth, the four elements, working with that, and creating something that is physical. So they are really masters at this. That is why so many humans are the shadow side of this we're seeing in the world, where everybody's so materialistic, capitalistic, or they are all about they base their security on these material things, because this is so much their energy at a higher level, at a balanced level. It just means that they are like Merlin, there's this inner power of alchemy and working with that and creating things in the physical. It's like, if you've ever seen Merlin, the show, he can summon like his inner dragon, or summon his inner potential, and through that it's like magic, it's sorcery. So humans almost have this ability, like they know that I need a house, or I deserve a house, or this amount of money and whatever, and they're able to create that if they are in a healthy state. So they're very good at that as well, because it's not just this one life that you were born into that you have become good. It's because they have been reincarnating again and again. So they've, to some degree, they have mastered it, not fully, because otherwise we wouldn't be in the state that we're in. It's more like the human race in itself is sort of like at an adolescent level, you can say, right now. So that's why all of this rage, this war and whatever. So it's not mastery yet, but there's still this inner knowing, and just because of how they were created, they have a deeper inner knowing, or at the light level, of how to do alchemy. That is this Merlin type alchemy, working within these denser realms and creating things here, and being able to manifest and stuff. So that is why there's so many channels like in mainstream media or YouTube or whatever that's focus on manifestation, for example. But what they are lacking is it's beautiful that people are talking about manifestation, they're talking about the law of attraction, but it's only one law. It's almost as if most people, they're not aligned with the universe, like the principles of oneness. So there's this idea, there's this belief that you can manifest whatever you want, whatever inside, you create outside, right? But at the same time, when you create through a higher potential, when you align with that higher potential of yours, those higher self or I am presence potential, it becomes more about service. It's not just about this, knowing that I can manifest a house or a partnership or whatever it is. So that's only one level of creativity and service as well. So there may be service in here, in that these beings are coming together and they are showing the world that, look, you can also be powerful. Like, let's say it's a power couple or whatever, they come together, they're both good at manifesting, and they're examples, living examples, that you can be powerful, you can influence lots of people and stuff like that. It's kind of like the violet ray alchemy, you can say. That there is some knowledge of the higher realms, the realms that are above the physical, the fourth dimensional realms, let's say, mostly, maybe even a little bit of the fifth for some of them, but it's still within a certain limit. So the focus, the mastery, or the higher potential here is to really, when they align with their higher self, with their I am presence as well, then this can become masterful. And it's not just aligned with let's have a house, let's have this and that, and not even just accumulating material things, but the fact that there can be service that is beyond the self, and which is even beyond just having lots of employees and having lots of power. and showing it in the world, but working in the subtle realms as well. What are you creating in the subtle realms through the alchemy that goes on within you, going in depth emotionally about your own life, and creating every moment that way, you see. And then manifesting the thing that is an exact replica of what is the alchemy you're creating at the soul level, at the subtle level. So beyond just the emotional and stuff, and the more levels that we know about ourselves, the more deeper that we go, the reflections, outer reflections, the physical things we have become an exact reflection. So sometimes when we're aligned with something very, very deep, what we manifest in the beginning might not be a whole lot of things, like a whole lot of money or a whole lot of whatever. In the beginning, it can be just that one thing, but it'll be perfect. It'll be exactly what is aligned with all of those levels. And that is why a master lives within complete fulfillment. It's not about how much they have, although they can have if they want, and there's nothing wrong with that, because once we have detached to this, like we're not anymore attached to physical things, and we don't base our security and our ego off of it, then of course it's nice to accumulate. Why shouldn't you have things, but you're not doing it in a wasteful way at the same time. Everything is being used to its highest utility, and you have that. It's like you have gone deeper within yourself to know, to value those deeper essences within yourself. So you value the essence of everything as it was created. Why was it created? Why is this plant born? Why does it have life? What purpose does it have? So you will treat it that way. So no matter how many things you have, you will be treating them a certain way. And this is why perhaps some of us, we don't accumulate so much, at least in the beginning, because it's harder to manage. The more things that you actually have, if you want to actually interact with them within reverence for the purpose that they were born, and really take care of them and all of that, you need to put in your effort and time there, right? So it becomes you have to manage more, essentially. But at the same time, if that is part of your purpose and that is landing at this time or whenever, then things have a way of flowing as well. There'll be this overall thing, and things will just find flow, and they will get managed. And at the same time, you can enjoy having many things too. Okay, so that is one level of creativity. Whereas the Merlin archetype, I'm going to share with you 2 more levels. But it'll go faster because I explained a lot of the basics within this first example. So the next level, you can say, is soul alchemy. So while the first one was Merlin alchemy, elemental magic, working with the elements and stuff, the next level is soul alchemy. So the soul alchemy, we work with essences here. So we work with the essences of joy, of love, magic, whereas the other one was more physical magic. It was like elemental magic. Like I said, this is more soul magic, so it's more subtle, more essence based, and one is not better than the other. So please know this. Just because we go progressively higher is not better. It just means more light based. Light and matter are equally sacred, and different beings are born with different purposes to work with certain a focus on certain realms, with carrying a certain energy. That doesn't mean that they won't know about the other realms and they won't also be bringing that through, but their main focus that you get from them, the main feeling, what they are doing in the world, what their service is, what their creativity is, how it makes you feel, what it ignites inside of you, will be different. So for human souls, it might look something like this, this alchemy, this power, this raw power, like this elemental power, almost like that Merlin sorcerer type archetype, you see. Whereas for soul alchemy, it might look, it has more to do with purity. So a lot of souls basically are born within creation, that are new souls especially. So new souls are the ones that are here on this planet. They carry this vibration that is not human, and they were born as something else, another type of soul within creation. And they haven't had that many lives because they're like a young soul. It's all about purity. So they're here to anchor the light of purity on the earth. Because that is much needed. We need love, we need joy. Just like when you think of a child, the purity that a child has, it's joy, it's purity, it's love. You see, it's that unconditional love. So they carry these type of vibrations, and that is what they serve. So they might get older, and also another thing I want to say is that most of the time these souls, they're protected. It's almost like they won't go through some of the very, very harsh experiences in life, because they have come here and they're a new soul. So just like a baby or a child is protected, you will notice how for most children, because they're in this inherent state of joy of knowing that they deserve things when they're born, they get that. For it's not that common that a child is deprived of these things, or even if they are, like, even let's say the child is dying and of starvation or whatever it might be, they'll experience less suffering because they're holding on to less than the adults have, like, started to do. Like, we attach ourselves, our ego is based in material things and leaving people behind and all of that. A baby does not have that at the same level. So I'm not saying that the baby won't suffer, but you see what I mean, like, because they have that joy and they have that expectation that of course my needs are met, I'm provided for, I am all about joy, I'm all love, and then they'll also show it to the other person. So they're giving in the beautiful joy and love, unconditional love. One day a parent might even be pissed off or whatever, but the child is usually quite holds the parent with an unconditional love until a certain stage. So that is what they are bringing. So when these souls, even when they turn into adults, like I was explaining, they won't go through usually some of these harsher experiences. So it's almost like there's a light that overlights them. It's like you can say like a blanket, or there's angels around them, however you want to think about it. But basically there's protective energy that they have, so as to be protected, because they're here for this sacred mission, on this earth where realities are very harsh and they are not used to it. They haven't been going through this, and they are here at this time, and they haven't had many lives just anywhere within creation, because they are new souls. So they have to be protected for that reason. It doesn't mean that they won't go through anything in life, of course they'll go through some stuff as well, which will bring them this wisdom and stuff. And also they become adults and all of that. Many of these souls are adults now and whatever, and they'll be going through their process. Of course, they're not children in a physical human form, so they'll be dealing with those themes of like sexuality, of power and all. Once we become adults, we deal with all of that responsibility. But at the same time, whatever it is that they are creating out in the world, creatively, through their art, through their work, all of that, you will be feeling a sense of that what they ignite in your heart is that joy, that purity, that attitude to life that's like a child almost. So this is their energy. There's lots of other souls also that fall in this category. I can't speak about everybody. It's going to get too complicated, but there's a whole host of other souls that are not newly born, but they, let's say, serve within a certain level within creation, and they also bring through these levels of love and joy, like, let's say, a fairy being or something. Okay, so then we move on to the third one, which is beyond even essences. So this is spirit alchemy. So far we have spoken about Merlin alchemy, like this more physical elemental alchemy. Then we come to soul alchemy, where these pure souls, like, they're very in touch with their soul nature, what a pure soul is, just like a child is when they're born. A baby is aware that I am a new, like, I'm a soul, I have access to joy and whatever, and they expect it. So these new souls also, they bring forth that in its purity. It hasn't been tainted yet, for the most part. So they're working with joy, love, magic, soul magic and all of that. So Merlin alchemy was the first one, the most physical. Then we come to soul alchemy. This is related to above the 5th dimensional level, especially the 7th dimensional level, etc. And then once we get 8th and especially 9th, 10th, 11th, I would say mostly above 10th this is like spirit alchemy or Christ alchemy. And this has to do with the white fire. So it is even beyond working with essences. It's working through that integration of all essences, of everything that is the white fire, the white flame. You can consider this as the realms of power, empowerment. You can also consider this as the realms of grace, so what they bring through. And this is what I relate to as well. So if you watch my videos and you're what you're feeling. Perhaps, of course, you'll be feeling other things too. I'm not saying that we don't act out the other ones. Of course we do. Like, I'm a human now, so I'm obviously working with that human level alchemy too, and really enjoying it, because the other ones I've sort of done in other lifetimes, or whatever you want to call it. And this is also part of my soul growth. It's not only service, but basically what the main vibration that I bring through is one of empowerment. Every video, that's what I'm speaking about. The wisdom that I'm bringing, it has to do with that. It has to do with taking what feels like darkness and seeing the light there, and working with that spirit level alchemy, working with inner fire, working with inner passion, working with when nothing is left, there's just that bare flame of I exist. And what that looks like. And often we have to go through initiations of truth, because truth is related to power. So this is the masculine aspect of basically creation, whereas love, joy, all of these things were the more feminine aspects, like more feminine energy, you can say, in one sense. So when we come to these levels of Christ consciousness, this is creator God consciousness, because above within these levels, it's like we are working with source. We have usually these souls, by the way, they are ancient souls. So again, they are either those ones who were first born, like when source first conceived that it wants to experience itself. That is when creation happened. You can say that it imploded, and there was a feminine aspect of it created as well. So there's like Father, Mother, God, the union. It's not as if it's only masculine. So there's source is all that is, and then it sort of became Father, Mother, God, and through the mother principle, creation began to happen. That's the spirit. The third energy of spirit was created, you can say. There's Father, Mother, God, and then there is the white, like Father, Mother, God. Father is gold, Mother is silver, and white in the middle is the Holy Spirit, and that aspect just created. So when souls, when they were first born, they were the firstborn of source. And this doesn't in any way mean that they are better. Please understand this. Just like, if you have siblings and there's one that is the eldest, how are they in any way better? Are they like better than you if you are the younger one, or are they more loved by your parents? So this is not how it is. These are just conceptions in our own mind. It has nothing to do with any of that. Even soul age, it's not that older ones are better or younger ones are more pure. It's just that we carry different essence, we're serving different levels. So we're bringing through a different energy. Or rather, even more than energy, it's like consciousness. We're bringing through different types of light and aiding each other, because the main purpose right now is the ascension of this planet, and also within this universe too. So basically, everything that I'm describing about this level is our creator God potential, because we all go through these levels too. Like in our ascension, we will hit the 5th dimensional level, we'll hit the 7th dimensional level, 8th, 9th, 10th, and all of that until the 12th level, which is Christ consciousness, you can say. So that is what spirit alchemy is. So all of us go through these different levels. So each human, when they are going through, let's say it's a pure soul and they are at the 7th, they're born at the 7th dimensional level, and that is the essence that they're bringing through of purity, of joy, magic, whatever. But let's say in this lifetime, they go through their ascension process. Then they will also hit within their embodiment, that certain level of 11th, 12th dimension. So they will also embody empowerment, but at the same time, because they are born as a certain type of soul, their main energy might still be that, that it'll be very strong still, that love, joy, purity, just enjoying life and knowing what that is, that we get to enjoy life. And so their creativity and sensuality will also be that playful joy, childlike type of creativity. Whereas when any being, even human souls, when they merge with their I am presence at the 11th dimensional level and then move into Christ consciousness at the 12th dimensional level, they become these, that's the creator God potential in all of us. So how we serve here, this is the basically essentially, it's, you can say it's the energy of like when the firstborns, the first beings that were born from source, their intent was to create worlds. So when they, let's put it like when they grew up, you know, then they acquired these abilities to create worlds, because that is what they did. Then they created all of these different universes, the stars, whatever you want to think of. And that's how this you hear of the elven realm, for example, the elves, you know, that they created, they are creator gods. Or you hear of the angelic realms like the seraphim, the Elohim. So the seraphim or the Elohim, these are angels that simply sing, and through their singing things are created, because it's that pure. It's like, you know, that pure melodic, completely within harmony and love. They just sing, like they are filled in with love, the love of creation, just how much they love, and through that a song is born, and they are just singing and with so much love, and that is their creativity. So this is the creator God potential in all of us, no matter which vibration we serve, you know. And then we will be bringing through this potential through whatever it is that we are serving as the soul that we are born. So that's where it gets too complex for the human mind to understand, but you know, when you're going through it, you will know it. It'll come anyway in a very simple way. So the creator God potential then is beyond all of that I was speaking about, where you are just like a lot of humans in the manifestation community are speaking about manifesting things and being powerful that way, just informing everybody that the law of attraction exists, you know. But at the same time, there is the law of one. There is oneness, and there's so many other laws. It's not just that one law. So there's something there that is not complete. And it's fine, because you know, lots of humans, they have a lot of spread, like lots of human souls will be attracted to these souls, because it's similar to their level, to their thinking, to the experiences that they have gone through in previous lifetimes. So this is also service in that, you know, they're bringing through, they're attracting lots of people to this. But at the same time, if you want to go into the levels of truth, the truth is much deeper, and that has to do with service. So this is like the angelic service that I was speaking about, where they are born from source, and through that love that they feel, that pure love, they just simply sing. And anything that they do, like in my videos, I say all you do is breathe in and out, and that is your service, and that is enlightenment. So it's similar, that they are just breathing, you know, almost like, and that through that purity is created, through that creation itself is born. And it's almost like they're singing the praise of the Lord, they're singing the praise of God. So what that means to me is that they are that same level of love, light that source feels for all of creation. They emanate that, and that is their service. And through that, when other beings look at it, like let's say a human experiences that for the first time, they remember what they are at that core level. They remember their service, they remember just what they are, you know, at that really core level of service. So I had a lot more to say, but I won't say it all in this video because it's already gotten long. So I will be making other videos. But let's see, what else do I want to add in this one about this, is that this level is landing like this. Many people are going through this now, initiations related to their creator God self, that is based in simplicity, that is simply based in service. Example of this is how, let's say, recently that I've been feeling is even more intimacy with my inner beloved, so with your beloved self. And you know, lots of people speak about the twin flame and the inner beloved and all of that, and these reunions. And again, these are at different levels. So when a being that is at the 7th dimension level as a pure soul, perhaps, you know, sometimes even they can attract their beloved it'll be like a more seamless process, you see. But if it's a soul that relates to power, empowerment, they're serving Christ consciousness, then part of their work involves working with the alchemy, like changing the very DNA of the particles within matter. They're bringing light into matter. And of course, all souls are doing this at different levels. But when it comes to angelic creativity, creator God potential, how I've really been feeling it these days, it's like we're changing the very fabric. And I can't get into it in this video because it will take a while to explain, so I will make another video. Once I make it, I'll link it up here. It has to do with the beloved service, how we are working with our inner twin flame levels, and this is the Christed twin flame. So it's not just the beloved, like you are born as pure souls. All of us are born first within the 7th dimensional reality. No matter what kind of a soul you are, human souls, any soul, we experience that oneness with the twin soul, our experience of myself and the other in that pure way. So we get to play that out and remember our soul essence and what we are, explore that when we are first born. And then we go into the different levels where we serve. For example, human souls might come to these deeper levels, the outside levels of where everything is the void and they're just bringing through the light. Other souls that are more angelic souls, again, not better, angelic just means that they're working within the subtle realms. So they serve more with light and sound and creation, like they're creating worlds, through those more subtle things. And here human souls are the explorers. So they're physically coming into those creations that are being created. It's like that scientist that makes this super invention, this really weird invention, and then so is so excited to try it out that they sit in it. Let's say it's a moving vehicle of some kind, that they themselves get into it. They're the explorer, they're using it and they're playing with it. So there are two different types of energies. One is more the creation, what goes behind the dynamic of it, how it is created. The other one is the ones that actually experience it. And the older that we get as a soul, we will want to kind of do both. So then our core soul quality always remains. Whatever kind of soul you were born as, if you were born as a human soul, you will always be that. That will be your main core vibration. But at the same time, you will be able to experience these different levels and bring them through in your service, in your creativity. You see? Okay, so wow. Yeah, so in another video I'll be focusing on how we are doing this with our twin soul nature. That is at one level it is also on that purity, of just love basically, and service as love. But at the same time, when it's the Christed levels, when two Christed beings come together and reunite as beloveds, whether it is inwardly or outwardly, then what they create, that service and that love, relates to empowerment as well. So it's not just like love, magic, joy, all of that. It has more to do with power as well. So sometimes their initiations also can be harder, but it's appropriate for them because they know how to do that and they have chosen to do it, and this is where their expansion also lies. So there's more responsibility that's there. So I'll be speaking about that and like I said, I'll try and give words to it, but yeah, so check out that video here. Once I make it, I will link it up here. Thank you so much for watching. This is all about your creative God potential. I hope that you got some hints today, and mostly that you felt it inside of you. I know it's a little bit more subtle than some videos, like you can't really give words to everything and explain it. Things have to be felt within. But it's just this level of service beyond self, service for the sake of love. That's it. There is no sake, there is no agenda, not even the agenda to save something, not even the agenda to empower someone. There is no agenda. It's just this love light flowing through you as like how it flows through source. Like you become the portal of that, and through you, your beautiful praising, like you feel that feeling, oh my god, the love of source is so beautiful, and you're claiming that, and through that things are being born. You see, like this is what the seraphim, the Elohim, or the creator angels do. Like they sing the praise of the Lord, or they sing the praise of source. What does that mean, sing the praise? Like they're saying, wow, it's so great, it's so magnificent, this energy that I am, this consciousness that I am, that source is all of life. And through that, beauty is created out in the world. This beautiful design of the cosmos, not only just this universe, but this beautiful sacred geometry. Everything is held together in perfection. So that is service beyond the self, that you only see that, when you only see that playing out behind everything, this perfection, and just that you simply just love, wherever truth is needed, love is needed, you are there, you show up. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to stop talking now, and please give this video a thumbs up, because when you do that, there's something about the YouTube algorithm that it promotes it more, the more likes that it gets. Otherwise it doesn't get as many views. So share this video too if you got some wisdom today. This information is not out there like in this way anyway, a lot. So if you enjoyed it, do that. Check out my courses and my services as well, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.